Hi, Laura here at La Vie Child-Free, reporting back on the December on the Ground question. Well, the December on the Ground question was, what child-free related questions do you have for the people of Brazil and Argentina? Why did I ask this question? Because I was going to be traveling to these countries and I thought I would try to find people to talk to find out about the child-free there. Now first, the bad news. Something came up about 3 to 4 weeks into the trip and I couldn't handle it from afar, so I had to come home early. And also, I don't speak Portuguese, and I found it harder than I thought in Brazil in particular to find people who spoke enough English. But having said that, really, there are 3 things that I did get a sense of from the people I did talk to. One was to the question, are the child-free numbers rising like they are in other countries? And really the answer to that was no. Really the growing trend in these countries more is that people are couples anywhere having only 1 or 2 children, unlike generations past. Why? It's not really because that's all that they want, that they don't want more, but they really aren't because for financial reasons. And 2, is there a word or a phrase that might translate, to the words that we have, like child-free or childless by choice? And there too, the answer really from folks was no. It would more just be a general translation of, he, she, or they don't have children. There's not really anything that would insinuate why a person doesn't have children or, the choice factor for that matter. And 3, what are the perceptions of the child-free? Now this, I gathered really that some of the stereotypes we know of in the States and other countries, they're pretty much the same in what they hear in Argentina and Brazil if a person doesn't have children. But really the one that stood out the most is that something's very wrong with you. I mean wrong if you don't want to grow up and raise children. Now, in Argentina in particular, the child-free lifestyle seems to be being talked about more. A couple of years ago, I was interviewed for an article in an Argentinian health magazine, and I looked up the writer of that article, and she and her colleagues generally think, that it is being talked about more, and that can and seem to reflect that people are making that choice. She even referred to at the time the idea of not having children by choice as a revolutionary concept. I got to tell you, from what I observed and people I talked with, I think that revolutionary concept is slow to catch on. People love their babies in these countries, and even if they have fewer than they'd like for economical reasons. And so it would be very remote a possibility to really hear a woman say that she knew, for example, she never wanted kids, and she knew that by the age of 4, or really young, which is exactly what a woman from neither of these countries, by the way, recently wrote in on my Facebook page, that she knew that early in life. And that inspired the January on the Ground question. This month I want to just explore a little bit more with folks that knew early in life, and I mean early, that they knew that when they grew up they never thought that motherhood or fatherhood was really going to be for them. So the question is, if you knew as a child that you knew you wanted to grow up to be child-free, how is it that you knew so early in life? So as always, click this question in the On the Ground question section to your right. Write as much as you'd like, and at the end of the month, I'll report back. And on a last note, Happy New Year.